Anthony Davis is going to get traded. It's not if, it's when. Nico Harrison fired. New people are coming into the front office and are going to switch this team around, make it around Cooper Flag instead of, AD and Kyrie. So let's talk about the few teams that I think would actually trade for Anthony Davis and whether or not I think it would be a good trade or not. Now, I've done a little bit of research and I've narrowed it down to 5 teams that I personally am okay with the thought of trading for him. Some of these make a little more sense than others, so I will be going over the less likely and then move on to more and more likely as we go on. So starting off, I'm going with the least likely, the one that I hate the most, the Pistons. Now, the Pistons would have to trade somebody like Tobias Harris, a young player, maybe Jaden Ivey would be the one to go in this, and a pick. I believe you would have to throw in another salary, probably like Isaiah Stewart, since you're picking up another center and they have Paul Reed. Now, hey, I'm a Pistons fan. I don't know if you watch me or not, but I'm a Pistons fan. This trade sucks. Stu, Ivy, and Harris just mean a lot to the team. I know a lot of Pistons fans would be okay with Harris going, but Ivy and Stu mean a lot, and they're still pretty young compared to Anthony Davis. This is a win-now move, and you would have to throw a pick in to this, which, 2027, I'm guessing, would be the pick. We probably would still be good. The Pistons would probably still be good, but it still just does not make much sense to me. Now, moving on to something I like a little more. Since the Spurs are so good, they kind of need to take that big step, I think, because they are a very good team in the West, which is very hard to win in. And they don't really have a chance with their current roster, which I think is fine. It's like Victor's, third year. But hey, maybe they want to jump right into the playoffs, so they would have to trade like Sochan, Keldon Johnson, a few other players, Harrison Barnes, blah, 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 and a pick maybe for Anthony Davis to pair him up at the power forward position with Victor Wembanyama, which would be scary. But the thing is, they're getting rid of a lot of key pieces. So what I've been seeing, thrown around is De'Aaron Fox and some other player for him, and I don't like that at all. I'm really high on Harper and Castle and all that, but Fox could get better value. I think if you want to get rid of Fox, I think he could get better value. So I'm going to say no to this one personally. Now on to my third one. I have the Wolves. You would have to get rid of Gobert. Obviously, this would probably have to be like a 3-team deal. You would have to get rid of Gobert and some picks. Now, this is where it starts to make a little sense for me. Anthony Davis is kind of like, I don't know if I want to say this on public record because I might get, killed, but he's kind of like a better Gobert, great defense, better offense. This will make the team way more versatile and give them a better shot at doing something in the playoffs, because I don't think that this team is anywhere ready to compete with their current roster. They do need a little bit of a shakeup. You would have to get rid of probably like Rob Dillingham, which he's pretty promising. Gobert you'd miss, the picks you'd miss, but you got to do something to make Anthony Edwards happy. This one is a maybe for me. Wolves fans would have to let me know how they feel about this. I know Anthony Davis is injury prone, but, cut some slack on him because, Anthony Edwards would play a bunch and Julius Randle would have the ball. They'd be a good defensive team while also being a better offensive team. They would certainly be better than they are right now. Now, these last two trades make the most sense to me. I'm going to start with the Raptors. The Raptors are always in these sort of conversations with big name trades because a lot of the time free agents won't sign with them. The big name star free agents don't really want to go to Canada. That's just always been their issue. So they would have to give up RJ, Podol, a little bit of some other contract filler. This one I kind of like. I like the pairing. This team would be crazy on defense. Losing RJ is a bigger deal than I think a lot of people who are mocking up this trade give it credit. I think that this would be ultimately a good trade though. Raptors fans, again, let me know if you agree with me, because this is honestly my favorite of the trades. I think that this would make this team really fun to watch and give them a real chance in the East while they're weak. I don't know how the future would go. You kind of have to give up RJ Barrett and everything, but shoot for the stars, I guess, right? Now, the last one, and one of the more likely ones to happen, is the Warriors. And I honestly kind of like this deal. Butler has been rumored to be, traded. Kuminga, obviously, we know everything going on with him and the Warriors franchise. It was already dated that he was going to get traded. This would make sense. I like the Kuminga trade more than the Butler trade, but I think that Anthony Davis to the Warriors would be that better Al Horford for them. This team would be scary if they had a center that was like Anthony Davis. Anchor the defense, maybe shoot a little bit, get some post touches. If Anthony Davis was ever going to go back to shooting threes, it would be on the Warriors. I would have a lot of faith that the Warriors team could make him a better shooter than he has been over the past little bit. And this one makes the most sense to me. Now, will any of these trades happen? We'd have to wait to see. I think that he will definitely get traded, but we'll see. Come back to this video when he does get traded. Let's see if I'm right on any of these. If you disagree, if you're a fan of any of these teams and you disagree with me saying no, me saying yes, or even them having the chance to trade, let me know, and peace.